Wow, today the 12th in the month of December, 12/12/2023, and you're welcome to another beautiful episode of Family and Values. My name is Adejoke Adubi David. It's going to be a splendid one. I hope you had a restful night. And with the showers of blessing out there, I hope it comes to be a blessing to you and I, and every one of us here in the studio. How is your home this morning? It's Family and Values, and Joy is here with me once again.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Tuesday. Though the Hamatines are upon us. Lord, you do feel the Hamatine. You do feel the weather.
I only felt the showers of blessing surrounding us, you know.
Anyway, it's that wonderful time again where we have to teach you what values is all about. And of course, we are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please do feel free to follow us and download the Galaxy mobile app so you can watch us on the go.
Yeah.
Larry has said it's going to be very interesting, very exciting topic today, and you don't want to miss it. So, you know, it's going to be great.
So because you are not going to miss anything out, just join us, just like Joy said, on all our social media platforms. And you know one beautiful thing about today, 12/12. What comes to your mind?
Nothing. I just feel like it's Christmas.
Christmas season, that's just the magic. So it's Christmas season. I hope you're preparing for Christmas. And you remember what we discussed on Friday. Don't do above what you can.
Needs, of
you know,
course.
just look out for your needs and stay there and enjoy it. Let it come from your heart. If you have Google to give me, I will gladly take it. Yes, because I know you remember me, just like the topic we discussed yesterday. And don't forget, for every episode of Family and Values, you can always send us your comments, your questions, and we want to hear from you. We need your review on this program. And don't forget to join us for advert placements. We need the money.
Bring in your sponsorship, you know. Let's talk about it.
We need it as much as possible. Joy, Abby?
Yeah, it is. We
want
it.
money now.
Let's advertise your business on Family and Values.
So
okay, we will go on a quick. Our guest is seated already.
And we'll be talking about a very, it's going to be a wild topic. But let's speak it from here and see how far we can go with it. We have Mr. Raphael Malik here. He's a relationship expert. It's good to have you.
Good to be here always.
Thank you for being
How
here.
do you feel sitting in the midst of two beautiful ladies?
Well, to be sincere, I'm used to it. They said blessed is he among women.
So your morning is blessed, right? Okay,
his morning is blessed. Okay, so our topic this morning is relationship in the past, from our old people's, experience. The ones we've heard from our fathers and our mothers, the ones we've seen, those who were born in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, and the present, now looking at the future. Is this still going to be based on love or material things, or both alongside? And that's what we'll be focusing on today, Mr. Malik. So, Malik, tell us.
Thank
relationship in the past.
Before you go, let me ask you, how did you first approach your wife? Did you go through the past?
Yeah, third party.
Did you kneel down? No, did you do the roses,
or your parents?
The now, or you just went through your parents said, hey, Mr. Marry this person.
Or you had Dalareno, what they call Dalareno in those days.
Well, the experience today is different from that of yesterday. So when we say that system was effective then, are they effective now? This context is different. The situations surrounding us has changed. The community life then is no more so much in today's society. Yesteryears they would say it takes a community to raise a child. Today is a different story. So the same situation is affecting relationship and family values. If in the past, every family is guided and protected by the community.
Okay.
Everybody is watching, everybody is advising, everybody is participating, making sure that your family stands strong, survive, progressive. They are watching, they are supporting. But today the case is different. Our context is different. So my focus is, how do we redefine our context? How do we define our process? If it worked then, are we sure that same system pattern will work today? But how do we say today's society, today's environment, community is different. What is relevant for us today is not what was then. Yesteryears, if you have the privilege to have a phone in your house, you know, it will always be like the phone for the community, because that is where almost everybody will come.
You
want to call
international calls.
International calls. But today, everybody has a device in his hand. Okay, so that will define relationship. When you look at the scenario where somebody is at a bus stop, instead of asking me, please, I'm going to so place, the person is checking Google. You understand? That is a gap in relationship, if you ask me. Because from asking me, where is this address, I could advise you, oh, that part was existing, but it's closed now. Go through this way. Well, Google might not tell you that. As far as Google is concerned, there's road there.
Yeah.
You know? So apart from the fact that I could learn something from you while you're asking me, I could gain something from you while I'm asking you. You understand? So that part of exchanging life, energy, you know, relationship with people has been redefined by technology. So we cannot say what worked then will work today.
What worked then will work today. I remember a scenario somebody painted regarding that Google. The person was just going and got to a place. He has to start removing barricade because Google said there's a way there. So that's a comedy for today. Okay, so
but I want to ask now. Let's bring it back to matchmaking.
Okay.
In those days, we had our parents sitting down and they could foresee a good girl and prepare for their son and say, okay, marry. And then the guys would not hesitate because their parents have said so.
Yeah.
But now you find it very difficult. In fact, it's really rare if a parent should even suggest, mere suggestion like, I think, they are already out of, no, I want to have my own partner. So do you think back then, for those that went into that relationship, it worked for them? Or do you think that it kind of gave them a certain mentality?
I think belief system is also a foundation to this system we're looking at. The belief system then, you know, allows that to function well.
Okay.
That is one, because what you believe helps you to accept what is offered to you. Okay, so then it's a system that is accepted. We all believed in it then. So I believe that my parents have the best interest for me, so they will be able to choose better. That was mindset then, and it actually worked. You understand? Because when we say community life was very effective then, you are guided by this community. So when they've looked around the community and say, this person might be good with this person, that family will have communicated with that family to say, our children are looking alike. You know, I think we are thinking they will be a good, you know,
come together.
A good
union.
Form a good union. You know, it starts from the parents, not the couple. It starts from them. So they are able to foresee for so many reasons. For some, it could be royalty, you know, royalty and royalty. So for people, it could be wealth, the wealthy, not talking to the wealthy ones. Some people, it might be class. For some people, it might be, it's our clan. We must marry within our clan to grow our clan, our name, you know, understand? So different definition, different reasons why it was done then. Today, it's a different story. I mean, you want to define your love yourself. You know, those days it might be easier, and the reason why it actually worked there, like I said, it's a belief system. So our belief system today is different. We believe in love at first sight, for example, which to me, it might not be 100% accurate.
The first sight may not last 24 hours.
Thank you. So those are some things that define our belief system today. You know, I mean, I don't know this person. How can I just spend my life with the person I don't know? You want to court as it be defined today. Before, it is what you call alarino, like you said before.
Yeah.
That define all those things.
That's
the
middleman.
That define all those things. But today you want to go to courtship. You want to know the person first. You want to engage in some areas or no
So
communication.
do we say that is good or bad?
No, so the
Advantages and disadvantages
it has,
of
yes, they have their
seeking
own advantage
yourself.
and disadvantages.
So let's discuss that.
Okay, the thing is that what are the, how do we weigh the advantage and disadvantage? Because truly, we might say that work then might not work today, but even the one that is going to work today, what is the full advantage and the disadvantage we need to look at? Because the truth is that they say love is blind. Sometimes it could be blinding. That those signals, signs that this person is not very good in this area might not be very obvious to you, because you are just floodlight, your heart is floodlight with love, and you are not seeing those things. Those traces might not be there. So it has its own disadvantage. So, but how do we, bring some, structures in place to, put the disadvantages, in a proper view, so that what you are not able to see because you are overwhelmed, somebody is able to point it out to you by a counselor, an advisor. Those are the things I believe we can use to mitigate disadvantages of what we have today. The disadvantage might be there, but how do we really manage it? They said use a calculated risk for any venture you want to go into. So how do we calculate disadvantages to manage it well? The advantages might be there and might be more good as it is, but in every journey, in every task you want to take, you want to analyze your risks and take a very good calculated one.
Now, can I say that the relationship from the past and the present or the future, now the past, they believe so much in love, integrity, honor, back to the basis, as in the roots of that family, and I'm coming to seek a daughter or a son's hand in marriage for my son, even though I'm from the royal family. They may not be as wealthy as I am, or she may not be as wealthy as I may not be as wealthy as she is. But I want to pick from that grassroots, from that family, because I know they're honest. They have trained this girl, and I believe she will be all good for my son, or my daughter will be so good for a son. Now, how do I believe that, as much as I've picked and I've given this to her or to him, that I want us to come back as a family, how do I believe that they will give all the result I expect will be perfect for my son or for my daughter, even though I'm picking from a lower family with less material things, and my son is all, or my daughter is all from a wealthy home, and I'm bringing to a family that is...
I think part of what form the decisions that the parent takes those days is the thing they look forward to, like you're saying, the success of that marriage. Apart from the success of the marriage, they look forward to the prospect this family has. Like you mentioned, this family has a good name. This family has big farm. This family has this and that, So they look at that and they want to say, I think we can recognize that, and we can, relate to that value, and they want to, be part of it. Because sincerely, it's not every family, like you said, that like you said, fingers are not equal. Okay, you believe this family, they are not as wealthy as you, but they have some values that you appreciate.
You're reaching out for those values.
So those are the values that you are looking at,
to
and
come into yours.
you want to come in, bring that together, and you are looking at the prospect of the future for your family and their family. Because if you say that value we appreciate, if we bring it together to ours, it builds a bigger family for the two families. Because if they become, prosperous, so to say, or if it's the royal, they might become the king of the town in the future. For other things, we might even be business. They have a bigger farm, we have a big farm as well, or we have a big factory that their farm can supply us. All those benefits are the things they look at for those days, because Those days it is trade by barter. I know. So whatever they can give and receive is also part of the system that made them, to define
Joy.
their
Okay,
choice.
now let's look at the cultural values of most of these things. In the past, you had parents doing foundational research for whoever their children wanted to marry.
Yeah.
But in the future, today, this Gen Z world, they will just, maybe they've met in school. In fact, some of them go as far as doing court marriages before they even come to meet their parents. And say,
yes.
okay, now we've done court marriage, we are losing that side where we have to go through, and that is why you discover that inside marriage you now discover that, oh, this family, they have traits here, they have traits there, and those traits start manifesting. Now, do you think that culture in the past worked perfectly for them? And why are we not, if it worked, why are we not convincing this Jay-Z generation? Because sometimes when you tell a typical JC, I'm talking to people out there, they will say, don't worry, I know this person. Meanwhile, truly, they do not know the person to the roots. I'll give you a typical example. I know someone who was married for 12 years does not know the wife's family and village.
Wow.
Village, I mean village, where she's from. He didn't know. He just knew and stopped where the parents said, let's do traditional marriage. He never followed the girl to her root. Now tell me, why are we having such in this generation?
Well, I'm tempted to say the population is also a factor.
Okay.
How?
Because then, in your community, everybody knows everybody.
Knows themselves, yeah.
You understand? So, then you can say, we know these people. We know their traits. We know their values. We know what they stand for. But today, you meet somebody in school, like you said, you don't know the family history. You don't know their value. You don't know what they stand for. You understand? So, that number is also affecting how much we are able to dig deeper to know what this family stands for.
But if it's somebody you're going to spend your entire lifetime, how many days does it take you to trace the person to the village? I mean,
to know where this person is coming from.
You should, I don't know, like.
Well, it's really a concern that we really need to look at, because we found out a couple got married and went to the village to go and greet their parents. Fortunately, they are from the same clan.
The same clan?
The same clan. And their parents said, no, it cannot stand.
What if she's pregnant? We have many stories like that.
They actually had children before they came.
Oh, okay. So what's going to happen? They will
They
dissolve the
dropped their
marriage.
gift and left. They said, that doesn't concern them.
So what happens to the children?
They said they are married, they are married.
They are married, they continue
see,
their
this
life.
is
They left the village and
they
went back
never
to the
come
town.
back
This
again.
is the issues we are having today. And then sometimes you discover that at the end of the day, you're getting married to someone, you've gone to their family, you've not discovered that, oh, this particular family, they are known for this. And as no matter how the population is, no matter how large a village is, there is somebody that always knows family history.
Yeah.
They will always tell you, this family is known for this. This family is known for. Now look at this scenario you're painting is common.
Yeah.
And sometimes you meet somebody, and the good thing that this generation, and they are very quick. Like when you say, once they fall in love, they don't want to hear anything. Their own is, we are moving forward. So whatever you tell them at that point doesn't matter until they get into the marriage, and then they now start discovering those traits. How do we make them understand that? We might not really take everything from the past, but there are some things in the past that we still need to bring to the future.
Definitely. A lot of values that we still
Most
need
of
to
these
bring
people
to
are in
the
the diaspora. They will marry 10 years, 15 years before they will now come back to see. And some of them come and say that, oh, this person is
it's related to me.
Do you get?
My second cousin.
Like, so how do we bring that past?
How do we bring the past into the future?
To cohabit and combine it.
I think the way I'm feeling about this issue is that we can't solve it all. Because it is one thing to take the horse to the river.
You cannot force the horse.
There's so many of these things out there that we are, trying to let the Gen Z world, so to say, know that, listen, love at first sight is not the end of this process. you need to be patient and listen to counselors, advisors on the things that you are not able to see, observe on the surface. This person is coming from somewhere. We need to know. Yes, we might say the past does not really matter 100% in going forward. You know there are some things in the past you want to forgive and let go and
don't want
but
to
there are still some
remember.
values you want to
That
take
comes
from the
from
past,
it.
you know, to hold on to as you're advancing.
Yeah.
You know, if I know that this person came from a family where they love peace and quiet, and you are the
fire.
Owambe side,
The fire, the sociable one.
the sociable one, you know there will be some clashes at the beginning, because you will be wondering
Before you
why
blend
this
them.
person making noise in the morning when I should be, you know. So those are the things that will come up, like I said, along the line. But if you are patient enough to listen to some counsel, to advice, to be able to, you know, go back a little bit to the past, to the root, to say, who is this person from the past? To be able to redefine today and how we are moving into the future. You know, it's a challenge right now, even in this time that we are in. And I'm looking at, with the challenges that we are having now, what will the future
What
be?
will the future be?
Because if the
we are facing
you understand,
this,
if the parents of today are
Cannot
having this
handle issues.
with their own relationship and marriages, you know, what will the future be? If those ones that are, you know, now are like technology in every area.
Everywhere.
You see somebody on social media, you say you are falling in love, you want to travel to go and see the person. Some of them don't survive it. Some of them don't come back.
Okay.
So what will the future look like?
What will this future look like? We are here. So we were just saying something before before we return to now, that we have seen a situation whereby there was a matchmaking and the lady in question got outside, you know, to diaspora. I don't want to mention the particular country because the person is somehow close to me. The lady in question got outside the country and she realized that the guy that she supposedly married through e-picture was on a wheelchair. He's an abuser. He is seriously sick, as in, you know, they use pampers for him. He cannot move around. She became a slave to that marriage, all in the name of material. I'm going outside the country, I'm going outside the country, I'm going outside the country. You are not seeing the guy, you are not seeing the lady, and yet, because it's outside the country, you become a slave out of your own, you know, selfish desire. So
only God can help her. But I want us to bring it back to relationships now. When you talk about the past and you talk about the future, is it right when I want to go into a relationship to discuss my past with my partner? Now, I'm saying this because some partners have very low tolerance spirit. By the time I'm talking to them about my past, jealousy creeps in. And this is my past I'm talking about. It's not as if I'm there. I've left. But I just want to talk about it so that I will have a free conversation with you. So is it proper in
not
a
just free
relationship?
relation, not just free
You know,
conversation. You
free
just need to
relationship,
clear
you
the
want to
hair.
be free.
You want to have an open
An
book
open
that
book.
okay, I don't want Joy to go and tell
Do you
my
get? You don't want to
husband
hear it
that,
outside.
you know.
So is it right?
You know, it's meant to be. It's supposed to be right. But from the perspective you took it from right now, it gave me another view to it. Because if I decide to be transparent and open, to share my past, so that you won't hear it along the line from
and feel bad.
anywhere and say, oh, this person didn't tell me this. There are people that are not able to manage this information properly.
That's it.
You know, when they hear some of the things you have done, you have gone through, your experience,
Explode.
it's, you know, there's a reaction. You know, so there's a way we need to manage this information as well. Before, I'm thinking right now, before you start to air out your past, you need to know this person very well. Because that is also part of security to your information, to your database. You need to know the person very well. Is this person able to handle this sensitive matter? Is this person able to handle this kind of talk? Is he even willing to hear at all? Because as much as you want to be transparent, and you decide to dish out this information, the person can decide to go and do other things behind, to dig more and to, you know, do more investigation and decide to say, oh, I don't think I want to go through this.
You know why I asked that question? There was a scenario, it was online, where a lady had 4 kids and she hid it from the man she was going to get married to, and her reason was she had told other people in the past that she was a single mom, and they left her. It was on the day of the wedding day, on that wedding day, that the man discovered she had 4 kids, and instantly he called off the wedding. Now, that's why I asked. This is somebody you want to spend your life time with.
Definitely.
Now, and I'm coming to you and I'm being vulnerable to you. I'm telling you, this was who I was in the past. Why would you use it against me when there are issues? Why would you? So that's why I'm asking, is it right?
No, so it's a sensitive matter, sincerely. Because marriage, we say, is not a contract but a covenant. But either way, you must lay all the information on the table. Everything in the contract is like, this is it, this is what it's going to be, and this is where we're going.
No problem.
So if in the contract, so to say, which marriage is not, you have not stated some things and it was discovered later, then that thing might not stand, because it's standing on a faulty foundation.
Okay, with the scenario she painted, I see it as being dubious. It happens both for male and female.
Yes.
But I see it as being dubious because you take me for who I am. It's better you take me for. I don't
Definitely.
I don't need to lie.
Definitely.
I will never lie because
But
I have 4 kids.
she had experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You understand? She has.
It's wrong for her to have lied. Yeah,
And
so
they dumped her.
and they've left her.
So does that mean because I've been dumped, I should now keep my past
it's even
from my future, because it's going to affect those children? I cannot, you know, it's going to affect so many things. So does that mean I should lie because I needed a relationship? That's my question.
So the question is, definitely you don't have to lie. You need to come out open. And the truth is that that thing will really affect those children very, very much. The thing is that even if it's one of our children, they must be in the picture. If no man is ready to accept you and your children, you must still be married.
God bless you. Must you be married?
So can one do without the past in the future?
It's a no-no. It's a
It's a no-no.
Sincerely,
Do
it's a
without your
no-no.
past, because it will come back and haunt you.
Okay.
You see, when you are living with someone, those things will trigger. You mention it unknowingly.
Unknowing. Thank you.
By the time it drops,
It becomes a bombshell.
we're like, excuse
Seriously?
me?
What did you just say?
Where is that coming from?
Huh.
And investigation will just roll, and it will be like, oh, you deceived me.
That would be a
it's
deception
no.
also.
You must table everything, but how do you manage it? It's an important aspect.
So how do we handle our past,
past
in
the future
recent
relationship?
How?
Come again.
How do you handle your past in a present relationship?
Okay, so the beauty of it is, like I said, first we need to understand the person, to know if the person can handle such information.
Okay.
And probably bring two of you to the presence of a counselor, advisor, you know, a mentor or a pastor, you know, to be able to help you manage it. So that if it's your pastor, you can inform your pastor, you want to table this. Can you please make it a kind of a question and answer or something to help us bring it up?
Out.
You know, that's a way to either manage it or be able to bring it up. So that when it comes up, it is well managed. Then you can process it properly to fashion and design how you progress into the future. Because if that thing is not mentioned, it's going to affect the tomorrow. Your future will definitely be affected, because there's so many. Like there was a man that got married to a lady after first night, second night, 1 week after, 2 weeks after. She was like, "Excuse me, something is wrong here." You have to tell someone that they've
can
not
confide
been
in.
together on the bed
2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Ah,
because later they got to know that the guy is
important.
impotent.
Wow.
I mean, that's a faulty foundation.
Okay, it's very easy for one to say discuss your past in your present relationship, in your future relationship. Now, I'm going to talk from the aspect of a woman now. You meet women who have lived very rough lives growing up, who have gone through a lot, they've had damaged homes, they've really spent their lives on the streets.
Yeah.
And then they meet this sincere man who they are sincerely in love with. But the fear of telling the man their past. Now, it's very easy for a man to tell a woman his past, how many ladies he has slept with, how many clubs he has been
No,
to,
it's not
how
easy for a
many.
woman.
It's very easy for a woman
it?
to say, yes, it is. It's very
It's
easy,
easy
for
for
a
a
woman,
man.
a woman to say, don't worry, that was man. But for a woman to start telling the man,
Could
oh,
be.
I've gone to so club,
Yeah.
so B club, so C club, I've been here, I've been here, I've been here. The man is already having a mindset. You're smiling already. So,
But for a
women
woman,
out there in that kind of situation and are in a relationship struggling to discuss, what would be your word of encouragement? What would be your advice? What process would you think they should go through?
You know, I think from the beginning, the woman is designed for companionship.
Okay.
So it might be challenging for a woman not to be without a companion, but I think it's still possible, because if you can hold your integrity and hold your head high, probably pursue a career that will engage in, that will bring you to the limelight of fulfillment. It might distract you away from the need to have a companion if you have such a past. Because sincerely, I'm wondering why you're saying it's difficult for the woman
the women folk.
than the male
It
having
is.
gone through the street.
It is.
I think it should be the same.
Well,
That's my
not
def-
the-
that's my
should
judge.
be.
It should be, but
It
the
should
society
be
is
the
not
same.
making it
But
that
But
way.
understand?
it's not. It's always a bit difficult
The
to
women
explain
receive it
for
and-
women.
and-
Yeah, I understand. I
They are the
understand
receiving
that
end.
that perspective. But you see, if you are not able to find someone that is able to accept you
The way you are.
the way you are today, sincerely, the way you are today is the key thing, not your past.
The way you are today.
Is the kid.
How have you been redefined? How have you been reshaped? What mindset do you operate with right now? You understand? Might most likely be different from what you have experienced in the past due to circumstances and situation. Except it's your choice to go through that route. And even if it's your choice and you have been transformed, today is the day of salvation. You are a different person. So can I look at you with a new mindset, that you have a new mindset, a new understanding to life? So probably that is a place where courtship comes in, for you to know who you are, apart from who you have been. So if that can be redefined, that, oh, truly you have been transformed from what has been, and you are a different person today, then definitely change is a constant thing. Tomorrow you can be better. So that might be a place of comfort for every person. If you are truly transformed and changed, and you want to move forward in life, then you need someone that has that understanding, that wisdom, that can understand and accept you for who you are today and what you can be tomorrow. Because sincerely, you can bake. If you are looking at baking a cake, if you look at what has been brought together and that has been mashed together, that's a process. You might have gone through the rough side of life. Today it has shaped you. You know that part is not right. So you can even be a counselor to others. So I can say to myself, this person has gone through this. I can make her to become an icon that will speak to people in that area. You have been redefined. You are there. You can speak to people. Don't go through that route. I've been there. You can become an icon in that area and speak to lives, and bring up people from that experience into a transformed person. That's what I could do, for example. Instead of saying, oh, you have been there, how am I sure you are a different person? But I can even make you a different person. Although they say, I'm not, the man or your spouse is not the Holy Spirit that will change you. But we can redefine our today by what we see and what we decide to believe in. You understand? Redefining our today, our context is what is important. The past is important, but what are we defining ourselves to be today, so that we can move forward?
Okay. Let me move on to that, and let's talk about the aspects of infidelity. Infidelity, whereby the lady in question has gone through a series of abortion. And now she has found out that what I did is not good.
Yeah.
And in the process, her womb got damaged.
Yeah.
And here she is in front of the man she loves so much, who is ready to accept her past. But then that clause of, you're not going to have a child, is there. How do you speak to that gentleman out there? How do you tell him to accept the reality that you being with this person, you truly love this person, there is this clause of you can't have kids together. So how do you make him understand that this was the past? Think about the future. Think of other ways of, without both partners being hurt.
To an extent, sometimes I kind of feel that I might not be able to answer these questions correctly, because it might be like I'm looking at it from a theory aspect or from a dimension that is not true or possible. Because if you are able to understand this person very well, then you might be able to know whether the person can accept that information or that state that you are in, which you would say is the area of courtship, to be able to understand each other. Because for me, there are more children in a homeless home that are crying for love. If I can't give birth with you, what's wrong with adopting? I'm telling you, there are people that are in the marriage, they are 100% okay. They've gone to test everything, they are perfect,
but they're still waiting. Yeah,
that's someone that doesn't have a womb,
and is not
Still no
damaged
child.
and all that.
You understand? Still no child. What are the options?
Those are the options.
So those are the values and the tradition that we have put in our mindset that define us. If we have a different view, a different perspective, different mindset, that listen, if we can't have a child together, there's nothing wrong with adopting.
Okay, my question is this. As someone who has been through a lot, and I'm just coming into this relationship, do I need to really talk about my past? Is it healthy for me to just let my past be and just put it aside and just start afresh and continue like that?
And pretend like nothing happened.
Will it come back to haunt me? Is it healthy? Is it going to be a healthy marriage, a healthy relationship?
In addition to her, do you think we should heal first before we talk about our past in the future?
I think that's a very vital point, because I was going to take it from there. You know, I think the aspect of having a counselor in our own society is not very, very strong.
It's not.
You know, because that's where you need a counselor first for yourself to be healed. You know, then for the two of you when you are coming together. Because it is one thing to say, I'm not comfortable. I'm always hurt when I talk about my past, and I don't want to mention it.
That's why I said, that was why I said, I don't want to go to healing now. I want you to take it from my own question.
Okay.
Is it right for me to go into a relationship? I told you I've been through a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm starting this relationship because maybe I believe I'm healed.
Yeah, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
I've seen many things and I've taken it upon myself. I want to start afresh. I want a new life, a life that is full of total, you know.
Let me just look at it from the perspective. I think there's a strong part of relationship that we all need to look at. What has been and what is are factors, are foundations, are structures. But what structure am I going to have with you if we are going to go into a relationship? We must be able to define and decide what is right for us. If we decide today that we are deleting our past and we are starting afresh, no matter when and where it crops up,
It should remain in the past.
we will overlook it.
Okay.
If we have decided,
We have looked into it before we start that relationship.
we have decided that we don't want to talk about our past, we want to delete it. Meaning, if anybody mention it anywhere,
Anywhere, even 10
It's
years or
still
20
deleted in your
years,
ears.
it's still deleted. I don't want to take it. That's
it's
why.
a
That's why I'm going.
decision that both parties must come to.
So that means there
To
must
that
be
agreement.
that agreement. between two of you.
You've had your past.
Bond.
Yeah.
I've had my past.
You
But we are
understand?
letting it off. We don't want it
Deleted,
to
as in-
come to the
It's not in the profile anymore.
limelight. Yeah.
You understand? We are a new personality and want to forge ahead in this dimension.
Irrespective.
Understand? So it's a strong place of agreement, covenant decision, and decision making. When you have decided together that this is the way we are going to journey, then you delete anything.
Finally, talking about the healing part, you can now go to that as you round up.
Yeah. So
Just
for some people, contest, like we said, is a major thing. For some people, it might not be so. They want to hear about the past. They want to go through healing. You know, the thing is that for you that have gone through those experiences, you need to get healed, because if not, you bring some reaction from that.
Bring
You know,
some reaction
some
from
From
it.
there
reaction.
to here, because you'll be like defending, protecting yourself in case that same thing happen again, and you'll be doing something in your new relationship that probably you ought to have done before. You know, trying to protect yourself. Oh, in case it goes this way.
You know,
Let me
I was
start
actually
defending
coming
myself.
to that point of defense, because for someone who has been hurt, now I'll
Yes.
talk from my own experience, and I'm walking into another relationship, and I knew the mistakes that occurred,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing traces of that coming up. Now I would want to build that word of defense
Exactly.
around me, so
you.
that I don't want to. This was, and that's why you hear in relationships they say, "Oh, Mr. A did this to me, Mr. B did this
Now
to me.
you're coming
Now
to
you're
do the
coming
same
with this.
thing."
I don't want to." Now, how do we be in a present relationship, breaking that word of defense, not being hurt, letting the past be? Is it possible? Can we just let the past be?
That's what you
You
have
know,
said.
yeah,
Ellen.
I know you said.
agree
Now
on
you're
that.
saying with two people that have agreed. For two who haven't agreed, for Mr. A that is ready to hear my whole story, my life history, and me, I'm not comfortable because I want to build that
Talking
word
about
of
it,
defense.
yeah.
But do you know that Mr. A can still use that
Against you.
openness against you?
Now that is where I'm coming
No,
from.
see, that is very vital, because we know when that scripture says that they were both naked to each other and they are not ashamed. It's the fact that I can open my secret to you, and whenever we have quarrel or issue,
You don't use it.
mention
Use it.
That's being transparent.
Okay,
That's
we'll talk about
maturity.
transparency some other time, because really it's a very sensitive and a wild topic. Being sensitive in relationship, it goes a long way. Okay, so on that note, I want to say a big thank you to Malik Raphael for
Thanks
being
so very
here.
much.
We
Thank
love
you.
to have
Thank
you
you.
always, and you have done a great job this
Thank
morning. I hope you have learned one or two things from the past and future. We've given you two faces to it: the relationship from the past and what it is that we're seeking now and also in the future, and also treating your past as in what you've been through in the past. Have you ever sat down to to look at it and believe that I've discussed it with Joy, the former co-host this was how she treated me. It can happen in marriage, it can happen in
At the
friendship,
place of
it can
work.
happen in place of work, it can happen in your business. Maybe someone duped you and you are trying to be guiding. I don't want to leave my money unnecessarily, and this and that. So everybody has got the experience, but it's good for you to come clean. And don't forget, relationship counseling is very, very vital in our life, even though that we don't take it seriously
take
here
it
in Nigeria.
serious here,
Maybe because of the money.
Some are not, some are for free. Some counselors do it free. They do it voluntarily.
Time. I'm giving you
They do it
another one. Yeah,
voluntarily.
continue to answer. Oh yeah, now time. Go.
Now, some of them do it voluntarily.
Yeah.
Some of them give this. They do it like what he said earlier on. Due to the past, they do it. They use it as a gateway to get other people out
What
of
if my
they've
job does not allow me?
That's why we have social media. That's why
We're giving you all those tactics.
Galaxy,
Don't stop
mobile
giving
app.
excuses about your time when it has to do with your life. See, life is all about the good things that surround you, your peace of mind, your love. It makes you younger every day. Joy has mentioned it. You have free counseling. At one time or the other, it's just that sometimes in our own side here, we find it difficult because we don't trust people. I'll be telling you everything about myself, use it against me. We've had many issues about that, the goods and the bad. But on that note, I want to say a big thank you to you for being part of Family and Values today. Tomorrow is going to be another wonderful day. I want to say a big thank you to all the camera crew and everyone behind the camera, that you can see us, you can hear us. Some people are really working. And don't forget, please, we need your review. Your feedback is very important to us. And please bring your advert. We need money.
And please don't forget to download our Galaxy mobile app so that you can always watch us on the go. Like I used to tell you, tell a friend to tell another friend. These are key topics we are bringing to you, and we are trying to redefine what family and values should look like. So please do keep a date with us. Turn on that notification button so that you always know when we are online. Of course, up next is What's Up, is the entertainment section. You know, here we talk about family, but up next is entertainment. They
See
are
you
ready
tomorrow.
to stand by. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.